Today on Warrior Update, we feature football's new head coach, Powder Puff prepares for homecoming, and Stip goes racing. It's Friday, September 13th. I'm Peyton Zwerek, and this is Warrior Update. A new football coach is leading the Warriors this year. Warrior Update has more.
Waubonsie Valley football has a new face on the sideline this fall, head coach Adam Puchalowski. Puchalowski earned his first ever win as a head coach against Oswego East last month. Since then, the Warriors are 2-0, heading into week 3 of the season.
We've been very fortunate these first 2 weeks to come out winning. And last week our entire emphasis was it's about us. How do we continue to prepare and how do we continue to improve? And we're far from a finished product right now. We're starting to get into the meat of our schedule. We have a lot of tough opponents coming up, and we need to keep that focus, right? How do we continue to get better week in and week out? Wins and losses aside, it's been great to get to know the players and get to know our assistant coaches. And I think it's been a learning experience for them, learning me and how I want to operate. And then I'm learning them, right? I'm learning their personalities as players and what's the best way to motivate them. Not every player responds the same way. Some players you can be very tough with and very blunt. Other players, you can't be that way, right? You have to find ways in which to get the most out of your players.
Pooch, as he's often referred to, played at North Central College, then coached with the Cardinals before becoming an assistant coach at Naperville Central. He says the most rewarding part of the job is building relationships with the players.
After each win, and after that first win especially, is just to see the excitement and happiness on their face. That is really what fuels you as a coach. I've had days I was down, and then I get out there with the kids and the players, and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I needed that. And to see the energy and excitement and how much they enjoy the game that's the most rewarding part. I think a lot of it, truth be told, starts in the off season. And when you get a group of teammates together that are working hard and you develop that relationship and that bond through that, we try to emphasize as coaches is there is a special bond when you're out there and it's 90 degrees and you're running and everybody's sweating and people are bleeding, people are dirty, but you're all doing it for a common goal and you're doing it for each other. And so that's definitely an emphasis of us as a coaching staff.
The Warriors kick off tonight at Bradley Bourbonnais before coming home next week to host Lockport. For Warrior Update, I'm Layla Hinton.
September is Deaf Awareness Month. Warrior Update reports.
Hi, my name is Daphne. I would say the deaf community is a group of deaf people, but they're more than just their deafness. They have a whole special culture.
Hi, my name is Joelle. I feel like people say deafness is a disability. It really isn't, because even though they can't hear, they can still communicate with people, so there really isn't a big difference.
Hi, my name is Tori. So the deaf community is a just normal group of people who just happen to be deaf. It's the same thing as you would with any other type of community. How everyone has their own language, deaf people have their own language too.
It's simple, we're all people, we're all human at the end of the day, and I think it's really easy to think like, oh, they're deaf and they use this different language, maybe they don't talk, so they're really different than me, but they're really not. They just happen to speak, using their hands.
I've learned that it's so easy to come together just from knowing the same language. Like in class, ever since I was a freshman to now, I feel like I've made so many good connections with people just because of the language.
Like if I see a deaf person on the street, treating them as like a normal human being, because I think had I not taken this class, I would have been extra careful, but it would have been like, oh, how do I manage around this?
I think I've honestly just become a more kind of compassionate person, learning about the struggles of the deaf community. They're often discriminated against for something as simple as they can't hear, even though they're just people just like us.
As someone who's deaf and uses cochlear implants, I feel like just having a class in general makes me feel so much better and other people feel better, because we're all just closer together, and it's the same thing as talking to someone. You just sign to someone instead. We're all the same people, that it doesn't matter that you don't speak the same language as someone else.
A group of seniors helps with Powder Puff football. Warrior Update has more.
Powder Puff teams are practicing for next week's games. For a couple senior boys, it's a chance to experience the game from a coaching perspective. Daniel Niv and Wyatt Bolin co-coach the senior Powder Puff team and say the experience is a lot of fun.
It's such a fun opportunity, to be honest. Like, I love coaching, and especially since we got the seniors, like, not only do we get to like coach a football team, but we also get to coach like with a bunch of our peers and like friends and people we know, and it just like makes for a really like fun environment.
It's been a great time so far. It's really exciting coming out after school and just like having a group of girls that are like really interested in winning and competing. And we have some amazing athletes on our team. I mean, we have people from all sports, every position, everybody's having a great time, and we try and get everyone in, and everybody has a smile on their face, and it's just a really rewarding feeling as a coach.
Although the games are exhibition, the teams are out to win in a competitive environment.
We actually have some great athletes on the team. They work really hard, because I mean the difference between us and them is that most of them have been doing it all 4 years, like even since they were freshmen. So they kind of know the drill even more than we do, and they're definitely here. They're willing to work. They follow with the plays we write. They listen to like whatever comments we give them, and they actually try and do them and be better. And it's really great because it just makes our team work good and has us be successful. I hope everyone comes to the game on Tuesday. The seniors are definitely going to be there representing, so if anyone wants to represent for their other class, they can try. But if you want to come out, watch the seniors win a few games, watch us get a little excited, then Tuesday night, baby.
Powder Puff games kick off on Tuesday at 4:30, 5:30, and 7 o'clock. For more information, visit waubonsiestudent.org/HC2024. For Warrior Update, I'm Abby Lee.
All right, so here with Connor Willis. Last fall, we passed each other, and you're like, Mr. Stipp, you got to get out and see my racing garage. I had no idea what I was about to step into. We're here at your garage. Tell us a little bit.
So I started at age 12, and it started kind of as a hobby in go-karts, yeah. And I was really intrigued. I was always a motorsports lover. I love the adrenaline and everything with an engine. It's kind of what I enjoyed.
So Connor, at what point did you go from hobby to career to this?
I won my first race in karting, and we kind of saw a future and just kept progressing, winning championships. So many fantastic positives, and just kind of seeing a hopeful future with all the connections I've made. Now I'm graduating Waubonsie first semester and going to pursue this.
How often do you spend time here, like in a given week? Are you here every day, or?
And I'll spend as much time as I can down here. I enjoy it, I love it. Probably on average, I'll be down here most weekends. There's races out here I'll be coaching.
And you were telling me you've never crashed before?
I have not, no.
I would think that that's like everybody has to crash.
It's really common in racing. It's difficult though, because your heart rate's racing, and it's a lot of adrenaline before the race happens, and so you got to keep your mind really focused, and lots of drivers, it's super hard to do that.
And how fast will this one get going?
This one can go, depending on the track, depending on the length and everything, about probably top speed like 125, 130.
Okay.
But you'll be going over 100 miles an hour through corners.
In turns. 100 miles per hour in turns. All right, the question really everybody wants to know. Have you ever had any speeding tickets?
I have not. No, I have not. Yeah.
So it's not an issue. You don't have a problem transferring this to this.
Yeah, I try to keep it here. I'm fortunate enough to have this racetrack.
In the parking lot, you never have issues in the parking lot.
The parking lot's fine.
That's kind of a training ground too.
Yeah.
Who do you want to give a shout out to? Who's been your biggest supporter?
Definitely me and my dad. We've been through all this. Me and my family. The support, I could not do this stuff without my dad. So that bonding time together, my mom, my family, my friends and stuff, all supportive, and I couldn't be here without all the supports.
I know that you're representing Waubonsie, and you, as you go out there and do this stuff too, so I love it, and this is awesome, man. I'm real happy for you.
Yeah,
real happy for you. All right,
Thank you very much.
Let's do some driving.
Let's do it.
There's a new cat in town, he's got high-paid friends, thinks he's gonna change his tune.
Oh my God! Oh my God! my God. That's good for me. I think I'm sticking to regular driving.
That's all for Warrior Update. I'm Peyton Zwerek. Thanks for watching. We feature football's new head coach. Powder Puff prepares for homecoming. No. Today on Warrior Update, we prepare. Powder Puff prepares. Powder Puff prepares for homecoming. I'm Peyton Zwerek, and this is Warrior Update.